morning student, welcome here. We are dealing with very funny unit, that is unit number 7, packing. In this video we will complete that. We are at the peak of the fun as that two friends of George, Jerome, just took responsibility of packing all the things. So they have already created a mess in that. So let's see which kind of mess they have created. Please keep a textbook with you. Okay, we are here on page number 86 and paragraph number 11. I'll take my oath I put it down on that chair, said George, staring at the empty seat. I saw you do it myself not a minute ago, said Harris. Then they started round the room again looking for it, and then they again in the center and stared at another. Most extraordinary thing I have ever heard of, said George. So mysterious, said Harris. Then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he exclaimed indigently. Here we are talking about that slipper. That pair of slipper is stuck at the back side of the Harris, and they were just looking for that all over the room. And finally, then George got round at the back of Harris and saw it. Why, here it is all the time, he exclaimed indigently. Indigently means annoying. Indigently with annoyance. Where? Cried the Harris, spinning round. Spinning means turn round quickly. Stand still, can't you? Roared George, flying after him. That slipper was there at the back side of the Harris, so George just told Harris to sit there. And they got it off and packed it in the teapot. And finally that slippers were packed in teapot. Paragraph number 12. Montmorency was in it all. Now it is another character. Montmorency is a name of a dog. Of course, Montmorency's ambition in life is to get in the way and be sworn at. To be sworn at means here get scolded. Montmorency is a name of a dog. So, he was a naughty dog and his ambition in life is to get in the way and be sworn at. If he can scream in anywhere where he particularly is not wanted and be a perfect nuisance and make people mad and have things thrown at his head, then he feels his day has not been wasted. If he can scream in, it means if he have that embarrassment to scream in means. So it was Montmorency, that is not E here. It was his ambition that he just means this dog just wanted to make people mad by his nuisance. He just wanted to create nuisance all around him. Then and then he just thought that his day would not be wasted. To get somebody to stumble over him and curse him steadily for an hour is his highest aim and object. So it was dog's highest aim. What was the aim? Stumble means unbalance. He wanted to disturb everyone. He wanted to disturb the situation. He wanted to create chaos around himself. When he has succeeded in accomplishing this, his conceit becomes quite unbearable. Conceit means here his pride in himself. Number 13, he came and sat down on things just when they were wanted to be packed. Another tragedy happened. When all the things were just about to packed or just about to finish, it was the time when this dog came and sat on those things. And he labored under the fixed belief that whenever Harris or George reached out their hand for anything, it was his cold damp nose that they wanted. And he just started poking his nose in each and every object. And those objects, those material, those things were about to be packed. He put his leg into the jam. The first thing he had done is he just put his leg into the jam. And he worried the teaspoons. Worried means disturbed here. And he disturbed all the teaspoons. And he pretended that the lemons were red. That was the horrible thing that dog pretended. Dog thought that the lemons were red. And got into the hamper and killed 3 of them before Harris could land him with the frying pan. And he believed that, means that Montmorency dog believed that those lemons were rat. So he just ran behind those and he squashed some of the lemon, and finally Harris could land him with the frying pan, and Harris just hold frying pan to throw or to beat that dog. Here in this picture we can see that. Paragraph number 14. Harris said, I encouraged him. I didn't encourage him. A dog like that doesn't want any encouragement. So Montmorency was already full of energy and motivation. So he didn't need any kind of encouragement to do the nuisance around himself. It's the natural original sin that is born in him that makes him do things like that. The packing was done at 12:50 and Harris sat on the big hamper and said he hoped nothing would be found broken. Finally that was packed, means that packing was finished at 12:50 and Harris sat on the big hamper and he was thinking that hope that nothing would remain to be packed. George said that if anything was broken, it was broken, which reflection seemed to comfort him. Reflection means here thought. And they decided that whatever it was broken, let them be that. And that thought gave them relaxation. He also said he was ready for bed. He were all ready for bed. Harris was to sleep with us that night and he went upstairs. So now they 3 of them were so tired and they have gone for sleep. Paragraph number 15. We tossed 4 beds and Harris had to sleep with me. He said, "Do you prefer the inside or outside, J?" J means here Jerome. I said, "I generally prefer to sleep inside a bed." Harry said it was odd. George said, "What time shall I wake you fellows?" So they were deciding for wake up times. Harry said 7. I said no, 6, because I wanted to write some letters. So Harry told to wake them up at 7 o'clock, and Jerome told no, it was 6. Harris and I had a bit of row over it, but at last split the differences and said 6:30, and they just got another way, not 7, not 6. They just decided to wake up at 6:30. Split the difference means, this means that they agreed on 6:30 because it was halfway between 6 and 7. Here we have split the difference. It means they agreed on 6:30 because halfway between 6 and 7. George made no answer, and we found on going over that he had been asleep for some time. So we placed the bath where he could tumble into it on getting out in the morning and went to bed ourselves. Tumble means here fall suddenly. So George was not giving any answer in this, and so we placed the bath where he could tumble into it on getting out in the morning. So they have arranged another fun for that George, and they just arranged a arranged a bath there where George can tumble into that when he will wake up, and went to bed ourselves. So this way these three friends created fun and comedy at the time of packing. Jerome has written this, and it is extracted from 3 Men in a Boat. Here we have completed this unit number 7, student. Please you note down these new words. After that we will go for another unit of our supplementary reading book. Okay, please you note down this. Now we are going to start this book moment, and we have completed 3 units from there. Now it's time to go for unit number 4, that is In the Kingdom of Fools. We are here on page number 18. It is a Kannada folk tale and it is written by A.K. Ramanujan. Okay, let's start it. It is believed that fools are so dangerous that only very wise people can manage them. Who are the fools in this story? What happened to them? So this story is full of fools. And it is believed that these fool people are very dangerous. Only wise and learned men can manage to deal with those fool people. The story is full of fool people. Okay, let's start. In the kingdom of fools, both the king and the minister were idiots. See, there was a kingdom of fools, and ministers and king both were idiots. They didn't want to run things like other king, so they decided to change night into day and day into night. Can you imagine this thing? See, those were fool, means the king as well as that ministers were idiots, and they didn't want to run that kingdom as other kings ran. So what did they do? They just decided to change night into day and day into night. Can it possible practically? No. Means no one can change night into day, day into night, but fools can change that. They ordered that everyone should be awake at night, till their fields and run their businesses only after dark and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. And they were serious about this. They decided to change night into day and day into night. And it was an order from king that everybody should awake at night till their field. Till means plow, or we can say soil. Means all the things related to farming people had to do at night. Generally we sleep at night, and here these fool people announced to be awake at night. Go to bed as soon as the sun came up. And when there is sun, when the sun came up, people had to go to bed. This thing happened in kingdom of fools. Anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death. And it was ordered that the person who would not obey this rule, that would be punishment for him, or that punishment was death. The people did as they were told of fear of death. So people were afraid of death, so people started doing that. The king and the minister were delighted at the success of their project. So king as well as all the ministers were idiots, they all were fools. So people of their country started doing or started following the command of them, so they became happy because they thought that they were successful in commanding people. One day a guru and his disciple arrived in the city. It was a beautiful city, it was broad daylight, but there was no one about. One day what happened, one guru and one disciple, means his student, came to that city, came to that kingdom, It was a daytime, so obviously there was night. So no one was there in the market. It was a beautiful city, it was broad daylight, but there was no one about. Everyone was asleep, not a mouse stirring. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day. See, all the cows and buffaloes were also taught to taught to sleep by day. The two strangers were amazed by what they saw around them and wandered around town till evening. So that guru and his disciple, means his student, wandered around the city till evening, but they couldn't find a single man in the city, as it was daytime. When suddenly the whole town woke up and went about his nightly business. And now what happened? It was evening time, means it was night time. Suddenly all the people woke up and they went for their business. The two men were hungry. This guru and his disciple were hungry. Now that the shops were open, they went to buy some groceries. To their astonishment, they found that everything cost the same, single dudu. Dudu was a currency of that time. So they were hungry, so they went to shop and bought something to eat. They were surprised to know that everything had same price, only a single dudu. Whether they bought a measure of rice or bunch of banana, it cost a dudu. Whatever they bought means if they bought banana, if they bought rice, both the things had same cost, that is a dudu. Guru and disciple were delighted. They had never heard of anything like this. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. A dudu means a rupee. So they both were very happy because everything could cost there a rupee. So they bought many things. They were very happy or delighted to see these things. Okay. Nextly, when they had cooked and eaten, the guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it wouldn't be good idea for them to stay there. So they bought many things and they cooked it, and when they were taking their food, when they were eating, at that time Guru got idea. Guru thought that, or Guru realized that it was a full kingdom and it would be difficult, or it would be not a good idea to be a part of this city. This is not place for us. Let's go, he said to his disciple. Guru was very wise, so he said to his disciple that they should not live here because this is a kingdom of fool. They should leave this place. But the disciple didn't want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. Disciple was very much delighted with that city because everything was very cheap there. So he said no to his guru. All he wanted was good cheap food. The guru said, they are all fools. This won't last very long and you can't tell what they will do to you next. Guru was very wise and learned. He advised his disciple that these people were very full people. You don't know what would they do to you next. So it is better to leave this place. That thing Guru advised disciple. But disciple was not ready to leave that place, as he liked to buy many cheap things and he was interested in cheap things and he was interested in only food. Please you note down this. After that I'll go further in the story. Okay students, so this is for today's video. We'll continue this beautiful and funny as well as mysterious story in next video. Now it's time to give you homework. You have to write the new words of Unit 7 packing from that main textbook from Beehive. We'll meet again in next video with this story. You will get enjoyment in this story, that is sure for, that is the surety from me. Bye, take care.